What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Kinda Funny live reaction. This time we are reacting to Cyberpunk's Night City Wire event. Well, we're told this is about, 25 minutes of Cyberpunk information, some footage. I'm Tim Gettys, of course, joined by one of the coolest dudes in video games, Greg Miller.
I'm trying to think, do I have the Cyberpunk bomber jacket in the closet right now?
Oh.
And if so, why am I not wearing it? Did I keep that Cyberpunk jacket?
Why would you not keep it, you monster? We also
I might have left it at the office for like a prop.
An embarrassment of riches, Greg Miller. Jeez Louise.
Andy Cortez.
Hey, you know what? When you have a gold nugget like this,
the king.
We also have Blessing Adeoye Jr., who has played this game. Can I reveal that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Okay, cool. He's played this game.
Can't say anything for the next 31 minutes.
Okay, and then after this, we will be doing a post-show as a Kinda Funny first impressions of Blessing's experience, his hands-on experience with this game. You can get that on podcast services. Search for Kinda Funny first impressions there. Or you can just watch this now live here on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames. If you want to watch this stuff later, cool. youtube.com/kindafunnygames. We like to give you options. How you guys doing?
I'm excited.
I'm good. I'm just posting
excited.
an Instagram story. Just putting the socials out there, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm really curious to see what they see, or to see what they show.
Yeah, you know, 20 seconds to go. We have no idea what this is actually going to look like. Is it going to be a, hey, everybody, welcome to Night City. Here's what you're doing. Or is it, you know, are we going to get just a straight gameplay demo like we've seen at E3? I can't wait.
Is Keanu Reeves going to be there?
Exactly. God, what if he hosts
That's a hard question.
Hey, guys, it's me, Keanu Reeves.
Watch me, Doc.
Night City is crazy. Just can't wait.
You're beautiful. You might remember me from E3.
You don't believe in no fate. Every day digging the grave. Stepping up here with the snakes. City of dreams, city of...
Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Night City Wire, a brand new series from us at CD Projekt Red, where we'll be talking about all things Cyberpunk 2077. For today's episode, we'll be starting with a brand new trailer. One of our developers will be joining us to help unpack everything you're going to see. We'll have some news, an announcement about a secret collaboration. We'll be taking a look at some Braindance gameplay and welcoming back our developers just to have a chat about everything you're going to see. But there is one more thing. Media all over the world have been getting hands-on with Cyberpunk 2077. And when this episode finishes,
you'll
be
media
able to go and check out exactly what they thought. So, let's get started. It is time to take a look at our brand new trailer. And after that, our lead quest designer, Pavel Sasko, will be joining us because I've got a feeling you're going to have a few questions after watching this. So, let's take a look.
Does it sound this way for Twitch, or is it just us?
I'm trying to check right now.
I think it's just us. I'm watching CD Projekt Red.
The city of endless opportunity.
On my end, it sounds
Ready
good.
to get your cherry popped?
Yeah, it's just us.
Yeah, come on.
City like any other, just bigger.
No,
you want to close the tab?
Come back any other city. Legends are born here.
Close the Twitch chat.
The major leagues.
I mean, if you close the Twitch tab, Tim, follow me on this, right? If we close the Twitch tab,
we are.
And then put it back in.
But if you got the
first time we close it, we should hear if there's audio somewhere else.
You can do damn.
And then, also in OBS, I guess you can see where's all the audio coming from. Do you have audio coming in?
It sounds fine to the Twitch chat. They're saying it sounds good for them.
Maybe this is how we were hearing static earlier.
Okay, then you know what? I'm gonna try to just watch it on.
Let's just do that.
Watch it for our guys. If it works for you guys, great. Cool.
Sorry, guys.
You are the most important thing for us, audience.
There's this prototype tech, a biochip to be precise. Job's to grab it.
Guessing it belongs to a corp.
Arasaka.
We're robbing some heavy hitters.
Thought you could blackmail me, fucker?
High risk, high reward. First rule of the afterlife. Ka-ching, baby.
Goes without saying, we do this on the hush. Ideally, no bodies, not a one.
Sounds simple enough.
Andy, I'm gonna leave a lot of it.
He's lead, assholes!
Is it gonna be dangerous?
Don't you worry, amor.
Dude, this looks
bulletproof. Your ass moving now!
Well, because it looks like a really good first-person shooter, right? Not a crazy RPG. What do you want to play? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Yep, that's fucking high! Time to bail!
Oh my god, we're so fucked.
Today.
What the fuck?
God, can you imagine?
Game risky, V.
And you, who are you?
There he is.
Fuck.
Johnny Silverhand.
It's me, Keon.
So the trailer contains footage from the game's prologue only, but there was an awful lot in it. So, Pavel, why don't you try and help us unpack everything that we just saw?
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely, I can try. So, what you have just seen is only the prologue of the game. So that awesome stuff is only happening in the first few quests. What the trailer shows you is really our stage, the Night City. You know, this gigantic city built of 6 completely unique districts, surrounded by the 7th one that we call the Badlands. As a player, you are meeting Jackie. Jackie's your friend. Now, they together are trying to reach out for something that is very precious. They are trying to reach out for this chip of immortality, this gateway to eternal life. Jackie introduces you to Fixer Dexter Deshawn. He's a very important person in the social ladder of Cyberpunk. He is able to provide the player with various jobs and contracts.
God, I look like a Terminator. I can't wait.
To gather money, to be able to modify their bodies, push themselves to the limits, to put their hands on the chip. But as you can expect, not everything goes as planned. And but to see it, you will have to play the game.
There are an awful lot of really cool things in this trailer, and there's a few that I would just love to talk about a little bit more for the people at home. So let's start with talking about a gang called the Mox. Now, we see a few flashes of them in this trailer. I personally think they're really cool and one of my favorites, but can you give us a little bit more information about them?
Oh yes, so the Mox is one of the gangs that player is going to interact with throughout the game. The Mox is the gang that has
she doesn't have any pants on.
So excited, dude.
Look at these colors, Andy.
She was called Lizzie. Now, she was an owner of a brothel and former sex worker, and she was protecting working guys and girls from harassment, from abuse, and the gang is really continuing her mission. And as a player, you are going to interact with that gang, meet
That's where Nick Merck streams, everybody.
And craft your own relationship.
You guys won't get it, they will.
And
I don't
understand.
I was gonna say, that's beyond.
So earlier on, you did mention
So Nick
a 7th
kills
district,
streams there?
a
Like
place
Nick
called
Scarpino kills
Badlands.
streams?
Now, we saw a few shots of this in the trailer, but I'd love for you to give us a bit more detail about the district outside of the city walls.
Okay, so the Badlands is this like dead, dried out space going around the whole Night City. And as a player, you'll be able to traverse that space in your car or motorcycle. This is a space that is inhabited by the nomads. Nomads are living in different families, and they're traveling across that space in convoys made out of the cars and motorcycles. And as a player, you'll be able to traverse and access different type of
You love working on cars.
that has
I love
been
cars.
prepared specifically for you.
It just didn't occur to me that this could be in the game.
Feel of the Badlands as an area.
In the
thought
trailer,
it was
we
just like
also
insane to
saw
sit in
like
Night
a
City? No.
completely
Yeah, no.
metal creature. Now, he didn't look like he was from the Maelstrom gang. This looked like something else. So please tell the people at home, who is this giant metal monster?
Okay, so that big dude, that was Adam Smasher. He has been introduced in pen and paper in Cyberpunk 2020
His name is Adam Smasher.
by our senpai Mike Smith. Adam Smasher is a fully converted cyborg. He was always a loyalist of Arasaka. And time has changed, and in 2077 he had to find his own space in Night City. But to find out, you'll have to play the game.
In this trailer, we do see some flashes of a Ripper Doc called Victor Vector. I think if people have watched our previous gameplays, they might remember him. But I'd really like for you to give the people at home some more information about what Ripper Docs are and how they'll be interacting with them when they play Cyberpunk.
So Ripper Docs in our game, they are surgeons. They are like a specific type of a job in the social ladder of Cyberpunk.
I like his AirPods.
They are accustomed and specialized in replacing
Dynamite reaction
limbs,
blessing.
to the metal ones. They can
That's why
basically
people come here,
update
bless.
your body, enhance your body, change you
Is it
into
just
this
me, or have we
walking
never
war
seen a
machine.
video game look this good?
And as a player, you are going to meet different kind of Ripper Docs in the game, craft your own
I think
relationships.
just knowing
Have you ever
Some
seen
of
an
them are,
RPG
like,
look this
important
good? Have you ever seen
characters
something this
for a
big that you
story.
can go in any
Through
direction
that,
and
you
do
will
anything,
invest,
and there's this permutation, yada,
eddies
yada,
that you're
yada.
gathering to
The world's just so
turn
big,
your
too. It
body
feels like
into
every
this
single
tool
thing has
that allows you to
ridiculous
survive
detail.
on the streets of Night City.
Pavel, thank you so much for joining us. I know you'll be back later in the episode because you're going to be helping us to analyze the Braindance gameplay. But before that, we do have some news to share. Earlier in the year, we announced that if you pick up Cyberpunk 2077 on Xbox One, you'll be able to play it on Xbox Series X when the console launches. And just in case you missed it, it will be the same for PlayStation players as well. If you pick up Cyberpunk 2077 on PlayStation 4, you'll also be able to play it on PlayStation 5 when the console launches. And that's not all. There will be a free upgrade for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, but we'll have more details on that soon.
PC is gonna look real good, baby.
Before
Come on.
we reveal our
Andy,
first look at the
it's
Braindance
over.
gameplay,
PC
and
is
welcome
dead.
back our developers
All right?
for a chat.
144
there is just
hertz.
one more thing we want to announce, something that we've been working on in secret for a while. We are very excited to announce our partnership with Studio Trigger and Netflix to
Yes.
review Cyberpunk Edge
I'm
Runners,
freaking
a standalone
in.
anime set in the Cyberpunk universe.
Oh, an
which
anime.
We've been working on for
Fuck
some
yes.
time now. Edge Runners is due to launch in 2022, but for some more information, let's go to the team in Tokyo.
Huh.
Just give me that fucking.
Hi, my name is Saya Elder. I am the Japan-based producer
That's the
for
coolest name
Cyberpunk
ever.
Edge Runners. What I do basically on this project is that I am a fixer, to put it in the words of the Cyberpunk universe. We are a game company. We are a bunch of nerds, and wherever there are nerds, there's going to be anime fans. So it was always a dream for us to make anime. When we began this project, we were certain that we didn't want to make a recreation of the game. Cyberpunk Edge Runners is a standalone story set in the same universe. The stage is still Night City, but everything else is totally new.
I think this is
new
real.
characters, new story. I do like to think that it's going to be a great gateway for newcomers to come and check Cyberpunk game and also the Cyberpunk genre as a whole.
It's crazy that
Right
like
now
before
we're
the game
in
comes out,
Nakano,
they have
which is
so much
one of the
faith in it,
biggest
that they're like,
anime meccas of the world.
That's
Well,
I'm gonna
Netflix
take
saw
you
Witcher,
to
right, and
Studio
was like, oh
Trigger
my
right
God,
now
we gotta
because
get
we
on.
have the wonderful opportunity to talk to the dream team that will be bringing you this anime.
こんにちは
Crew.
トリガーの代表取締役の大塚です
監督の今石です
キャラクターデザインを担当する吉成です
ゲームのサイバーパンクのファンの方今回初めて触れる方両方に満足していただけるようにアニメを作るつもりですよろしくお願いします
今回はそのサイバーパンクという僕らが10代の一ファンにしか過ぎなかった頃に生まれたジャンルそういうジャンルのものをまた時代が何周もして作れるというのが非常に楽しみです
トリガーも10年ということで監督に今石キャラクターデザインに吉成というトリガーの最強の布陣で、トリガー10周年にふさわしい作品にしていきたいと思いますお楽しみに
Edge Runners. It sounds so cool, man. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm into this.
It's one of those rare like cross media things that I'm like, all right, that's actually legit.
Yeah.
It's
Now
really
it
cool.
is time to show you some gameplay of Braindance. This is a feature that you'll experience when you play Cyberpunk 2077. Braindance is essentially a recording of somebody else's experience. It allows you to relive their sense of sight, smell, touch, and even hearing, all thanks to a special device. After the gameplay, I will be welcoming back Pavel Sasko, and will also be joined by Patrick Mills, our senior quest designer and all-round lore master, who will be helping to answer your questions and give you some explanation on how you'll be interacting with Braindance when you play Cyberpunk 2077. So, let's take a look.
Plan simple. Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out. And we sell the BD to those psycho freaks from the studio.
Got it.
And remember, everything on full blast. They'll spot us extra for a wicked adrenaline high.
It's a really cool feature you figure that gives them like unlimited options for DLC.
Yeah.
Drop in all sorts of stuff. You want it to, you can do whatever you want in the main storyline and leave it, and then this could be stuff you add in and you start following somebody else's storyline. You introduce a character kind of like Ish, right, from Last of Us.
Everybody, on the ground. I want to see you kissing the flooring. Money, now, or I will fucking drop you, I swear to God. Well, yeah, hey, now, before I blow your fucking head off.
Ah! Slow, deep breaths. Your cortisol and adrenaline spiked, but the soft activated your hormone blockers. Nothing happened. You're alive and well.
Her hair looks.
That was
Judy's
too much.
cool.
Didn't expect anybody in the future to be named Judy.
Feel the guys.
We're bringing it back.
We'd wipe them
Judy
out.
is
by
like
this.
very like.
Hope?
I asked an old person.
Hope wrapped up in something else.
Mm-hmm. Probably took a booster just before. You'll be fine.
People in the chat are talking about
up.
Judy Jetson,
Let's
who
switch
is
over to editing mode.
in the future.
Oh, that's actually a very good point.
What is?
The Jetsons.
Sever the link to the
Yeah,
BD
great
roller
point.
sensory
Great point,
room.
chat.
You'll be able to look around freely.
You all really got me there. A 1930s cartoon or whatever.
I just appreciate that Blessing didn't even bring the point to the table.
No, he didn't.
That's a good point.
I was just echoing what Barrett said. Wait, oh, you guys can't hear Barrett.
You can't hear Barrett.
No, we don't hear Barrett.
Gotcha. Yeah, Barrett was the one that brought the point.
That's hilarious. Yeah, because I was just like, where is this in the chat that he hears?
And we sell the BD to those psycho freaks from the studio.
Got it.
Cream as hell, right? Well, that's not all. You can speed things up or rewind, whatever you like. Give it a try. Rewind, roll it back to the top. All good, neat. Now try fast forwarding a bit.
Plan simple. Do nothing odd. Don't be creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out.
Okay. You can also reset the recording. That'll take you right back to the beginning. Try it. Now for some fun. This here's why you came in the first place. In analysis mode, you get to view and even scan details
See, I
of
thought
the
you were playing it,
environment recorded by the BD roller. Focus on the heat, the gun this gonk gets from his buddy at the beginning. Now scan it.
So this is like the detective mode stuff from Batman Arkham Knight,
Plan
right?
simple. Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out. And we sell the BD to those psycho freaks from the studio.
Barrett, we can't hear you.
Yeah, Barrett,
we have you muted because it's all staticky.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm the only one listening to the staticky version.
Now heads up. In analysis mode.
I kind of wish you weren't, so Barrett was just like talking and thought we were all just ignoring him hardcore.
This tech records everything, every little detail, even the sights and sounds the roller was never aware of. To see the sources of the recorded sensory signals, switch to the audio layer in the editor.
This doesn't seem like something I want to do.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, this is
Okay, good.
not doing it for me right
Now
now.
you should see several sound signatures in the store. Choose one and hone in on it.
Pack of 6, case of Brosif, and a couple of zappers.
Okay.
Look, man, even Spider-Man had me sneaking around as Miles and just stupid shit I didn't want to do, bro.
So,
You know?
any thoughts?
Unbelievable. Seriously. Like what's happening right next to me.
But that was 15 minutes. This is probably going to be 300 hours.
Yeah, sure.
The editor tweaks them, makes them pop. Keep playing with the sound, explore it a bit. We'll move on when you get bored.
I want to see you kissing the flooring. Money. Net.
Sometimes you can analyze extra layers in the raw, stuff the roller's cyberware picked up.
Like what?
Ev's got
You were
corruption
typing right there,
optics
Tim. It
grab
felt like you were
info,
hacking.
meaning you should be able to grab heat signatures from her recording.
Huh. Hella nice.
They still say hella in the future.
Scanning works on
Makes me
cases
happy.
too. Walk up to the wounded chick. Try scanning her. All right, next thing. Scroll forward to the part where our artist gets a lead injection.
Where I will fucking drop you. I swear to God. Well, now, fucking head off.
See that? They shot him and he never saw it coming. But you will. Here it comes. My favorite part of the game. See the blinking thing over the entrance? Surveillance cam. Must have caught our shooter. You'll see in a sec. Cam feeds to the screen behind the clerk. Roll back to where the screens and the kids
Yeah, momentum has just
then scan.
come to a halt.
Hot Girl Videos on Twitter has been kind of like predicting what happens every day. Like she said Tencent before the Pokemon event and things like that. And
Yeah.
yesterday she said tomorrow
Got
disappointment.
a nice slice of cred on the black
This might be what
market
she's
for
talking
a
about.
BD like this. BD freaks are ready to.
So yesterday she said tomorrow disappointment.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you
I'm not disappointed. I mean, like this is
Just
not.
I think just in terms of
knowing what-
presentation. That's such a vague thing to say.
It could be anything. Let me assure you, it's 2020. You're going to be disappointed today.
Right?
Yeah, that lines
Most
up.
of the BDs we do here are
This
only
year,
good
disappointing.
So Braindance is a pretty big part of the Cyberpunk universe. It's not just something used for adult films. There is an awful lot to it. And there's two sides I'd really like you guys to help me explore. First is the lore, so how this actually fits into the universe. And then there's the gameplay side, so how players will be interacting with it. So Patrick, could you tell us more about the lore of Braindance?
I want that shirt on the right.
I would love to. So in the world of Cyberpunk 2077, Braindance was invented way back in the early 2000s at UC Santa Cruz. It was developed as a way of recording a person's experiences and then playing them back for someone else so that they could relive them as though it was happening to them. It was originally used for things like therapy and prisoner rehabilitation, but by 2077, it's become this global media industry, including things like movies, mass entertainment, things like that, video games, some interactive things, and of course, adult fare as well. Now, in our game, we deal a lot with black brain dances, or XBDs as we call them, and there are different types of those, but the one that you saw in the trailer just there was a flatliner. Now that's where the person recording it actually dies during the recording. And it's popular with sort of an illicit kind of a thrill, but a mercenary can also use them for various things, and you'll see that in the game, of course.
And from the gameplay perspective, we have been working a lot throughout last years trying to figure out the best way how to use the Braindance in the game as a mechanics. So what we have settled on is this Braindance editor mode. As a player, you will be able to run the Braindance in the editor mode and see different clues that have been registered on the peripheral of given actor. Now, as a player, you can slide on the timeline of the recording back and forth, trying to uncover different clues. And that clues are actually
like
telling
Detroit
the
Become
story
Human or
of the
something.
game. So, as a player, you will run different investigations that will lead you to different mysteries, and you will uncover them actually using that Braindance as a mechanics in the game.
So, as Pavel was saying, we use Braindance as a storytelling tool. It's not a collectible. It's not something where you're going to go in and you're going to play it and you're going to be like, I've seen this before. What we use Braindance for is to give you a keyhole into the life of the residents of Night City. And we can explore things like childhood trauma, religion, various philosophical ideas in a way that you might not otherwise experience in a story about a mercenary on the tough streets.
So we've tried to talk about some of the aspects that we think the community will find really exciting, but while you're both here, I'd love to know, what is it about Cyberpunk that you guys are really excited for? Patrick, why don't you start?
So one of the things that I'm most excited about in this game is the characters and the way they interact with the world. We've got this really interesting world that stretches all the way back to the Cyberpunk 2020 source material and all of these events and all of those things, but those don't mean anything unless they connect with characters. And so when we come up with a character, we start with their function. What is this person? What do they do in the story? But we don't stop there. We go back and we figure out, what was their childhood like? What was their upbringing like? What kind of obstacles did they face in this harsh reality, and did they overcome them? And how did they overcome them, or did they not overcome them, and why? And you can see all of those things in their environment, in their dialogues, in sort of how they operate in the world. And we come up with that for all of our characters. Now you look at someone like
but it's the lighting
Victor
that's
Vector,
really just
and
next
you're
level.
going to see
the lighting's off the chain.
stories about his past in his environment and in his dialogue. We come up with that stuff even if we don't use it in the game, because it helps inform us as to who these characters are.
And for me, I would not be myself if I would not say that I'm the most excited about our quests. Like with our Witcher 3 team, with Patrick and like everybody that has stayed with us since the Witcher 3 time, we really have grown so much. We have learned so much, and we have used all that experience to put them into the quest that we have made. And you will not find really a filler in this game. Like everything has a meaning. Like we put so much effort into making sure that everything is rewarding, is interesting, is talking about characters, as Patrick said, is talking about worlds, is talking about emotions, like touching the player in a really, like a real way. And I just can't wait to find out what you think.
Pavel, I know you mentioned story and
Blessing
quests and
be like, yeah, it's
writing quests,
terrible.
and when I was last in the studio, I had a look and I saw a notebook on your desk, and I would love for you to show everybody this notebook.
Okay, Holly, I mean, you asked for it. So this is my notebook. It says Salsa Quest Designer. The reason is because I dance salsa.
There you go.
And I'm a quest designer.
Solid reasoning.
So, you know, so I started this notebook actually when we were really starting Cyberpunk. At the very beginning, I wrote like a first note, and it says pretty much something along the lines of that we were starting with a prototype.
Jeez.
And then, you know, I kept on basically noting things that we've been working on.
Oh, it's scratched out. I was like, are these like weird glyphs?
Yeah, I was like,
when our concept
I'm not from this planet, so I write this way.
And they said that they want to take a look on my notebook. I was like, what for, actually? And
I had to learn what a
they
pen
took some
was.
pictures, and they told me, yeah, well, you know, because we are looking for a reference material for notes of a psychopathic killer. so yeah, well, you may find maybe some of my notes in the game.
Pavel and Patrick, thank you so much for joining me. I'm pretty lucky because I have read some of the stories that you and the team have written for Braindance, and I'm pretty excited for people to discover them. But before we do finish today's episode, there is just one more thing we'd like to talk about. Earlier in this episode, I mentioned that media have been getting hands-on with the opening of Cyberpunk 2077, and they should be posting their impressions about now. And if you missed anything from today's episode, don't worry, we'll be uploading everything to our channels very soon.
They keep saying episode.
And finally, on behalf of everybody at CD Projekt Red, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us for this, the very first episode of Night City Wire. But don't worry, we'll be back with episode 2 in just a few weeks. So,
episode 2 in a few weeks.
So everybody chill out about Braindance, okay? It was one episode. Chill out.
I'm not going to chill out. I'm going to brain dance till I drop.
Is it going to be a salsa dance?
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been our live reaction to the Cyberpunk 2077 Night City Wire, episode 1. I'm sure we'll be doing the rest of the episodes as well. But yeah, we're about to get into our first impressions of Blessing playing Cyberpunk 2077. So if you're watching live, stay tuned for that. Otherwise, we'll see you later.